Okay, so what's the difference between maximizer and achiever? When I'm talking about these two strengths, I'm talking about them very one-dimensionally, right? So I'm not going to apply your dominant domain. I'm just going to apply the dominant domain of the strengths themselves. So it's like, I know this sounds kind of weird. Does everybody else here do this? Like my achiever strength, my maximizer, right? Um, I do that too, but what I want to do is say this is just maximizer and achiever. This isn't your maximizer and achiever is really the point I want to get to, right? And then what you have to do is take what I'm sharing and then you can go, okay, what part of that is me and so on. So maximizer on its own is an influencing strength first, before anything else, before connecting, before doing, before learning, right? It's influencing. And all influencing strengths are about either controlling or commanding or directing or influencing, inspiring, or challenging, right? So that's just a theme on its own. Maximizer on its own is about how can I make this better? How can I make this better? And when I say this, it means this thing that's good better. So it's not really concerned with things that aren't in the eyes of the maximizer good. Right. So if it's not good, then it's not really worth maximizing. And I say it, meaning it can be a process and it can be a person, it can be a group, it can be a culture, an organization, a piece of information, whatever, a tool, right? So maximizer is always about influencing, challenging that thing that they recognize is good and wanting to make it better forever, never stopping. There's no stopping, improving, right? Improvement is the key feature of maximizer. So a maximizer would say, or the maximizer strength on its own would be like, I can improve this, not I can finish this, right? Then now we take that and transition over to achiever. So achiever is an executing strength. It's about getting something done. All executing strengths are mostly focused around the individual and not other people. So the achiever desire on its own is about having benchmarks and finish lines being done. So an achiever can go, okay, this project needs to be finished and it needs to achieve this thing. And there are benchmarks along the way. An achiever can go, okay, that's done, and then create a whole new benchmark and achievement for something completely different or something similar, whatever. So an achiever can, on its own, the achiever strength on its own, can walk away from a project when the project's done. Whereas the maximizer, if the maximizer said, okay, now it's good, let me make it great, it's constant. It's moving and moving and moving. So when a person has achiever and maximizer both together, there's both of those desires are wanted, right? And we'll cover desires today, but like both, I want to start and finish something and then decide is it good enough to be improved, or do I need to find something else that I want to achieve with and make it good so that I want to improve it. A maximizer and achiever together would be more interested in working in projects like that, things that can be finished and improved versus just finished. Maximizer will go on forever. Achiever can wrap it up, right? And again, I'm just talking about the strengths. I'm not talking about people with those strengths. Um, Tori, Alexis's hand is up, but before I go to her, I want to come back to you just for a second. Do you have any questions about that or thoughts since this was your question originally?
Just the thought of like when you said a maximizer, like I can finish a project, but then I think I always want to take it and improve upon it.
Yeah.
Is that's what you're meaning by that?
Yeah. And if it's worthy of your maximizer desire, is it good? Like, this is good, but I can make it better, right?
Right.
Which means that if you're going to begin the achiever, wait, is achiever come before maximizer in your strengths?
No, maximizer is like, I don't know now, number 7 or 8.
Okay. And then
Achiever's
achievers.
down there in the math.
So it's always first, I'm only going to achieve or work towards finishing or completing or moving forward with something that is in my mind good.
Right. I mean,
So in that order.
now that you've got the app and I'm in love with the goal thing,
Hmm.
and I keep moving it. So I'm always wanting now to achieve more of my goal because of the app. I wasn't wanting to, I couldn't do it because I had all these lists, but the list wasn't moving me forward that I could see. So now that the app is moving me forward, that I can visually, because I'm a very visual person. You tell me something, I probably won't remember it. You show it to me, and I might remember it forever.
Okay.
No, this
All
is
right.
true.
I know. I get
So
it. I get
anyway,
it.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll go on to Alexa.
Yeah. Go ahead, Alexis.
Do
By the way,
you
this is the kind of stuff that Alexis and I go back and forth on, like in Messenger often. So I'm not surprised that her hand came right up. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
I
Go ahead.
know. I'm always like, oh, I have this super obscure thing I can't figure out. I have to ask Eddie.
Yeah.
Um, do you find a correlation, a close correlation specifically between maximizer and a perfectionist?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And that also goes for futuristic and restorative.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. But the problem that maximizers run into around that concept is they put out an energy or a vibe that oftentimes people around them believe that it means that they need to be perfect. So when the maximizer goes all maximizer on someone, that person oftentimes will feel like they're never going to be good enough. And you just want me to be perfect, right? That's the for maximizer, not just the perfectionism on their own, but everyone around them too, or everything around them. But it's not about actual perfectionism. It's more about the pursuit of it. Um, in truth, I don't, before I go on a long tangent here, does that resonate for you, Alexis? Is that answering your question, or do you have any other thoughts
Yeah.
on this?
Yeah. I loved your explanation before about perfectionism being a trait of a visionary. I 100% get that. And so I have found myself working with three different maximizers in the last couple of weeks. One of them, 100% perfection across the board. The other one, she was
Hmm.
actually stopping herself from getting started because she had to have it perfect first. And I was like, I was able to kind of work with her about, get it going and then maximize, right? And that was actually
Yeah.
really energizing for her.
Do
The
you have
other
that
one,
person's strength report, by the way?
yeah, I bet I do.
And okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I actually want to hear your next point. Just curious if you had it.
The other one has been in a coaching position for us, of working with us, and it's been very draining.
Well,
Um,
yeah, because maximizers don't celebrate wins.
mhm. Yeah.
I know it's not fun for anybody but the maximizer when the win happens.
But I will say this with the app, when I achieve something, I might want to improve on what I achieved, but I saw that I achieved it and I can, put the scale and mark complete. That helps me celebrate the win where I may not have celebrated the win before. I still may
Yeah,
want to improve upon it and, start a whole nother project improving on it.
this is
But
perfect. I love that. And what you're reminding me, Tori, of is so good. Is our other strengths influence this? This is why I want to I want to like have long meetings at Gallup. And I'm going, are you guys trying to tell people this? Because I'm not getting this, which is this, that if you get a maximizer with a bunch of self-centered strengths like executing and strategic thinking, combined, like, so if they say maximizer and pick any four executing and any five strategic thinking strengths to go with it, right? You're going to have a person who's not really going to be a lot of fun to be around. For the relationship builders and the influencers, right? They're not gonna be a lot of fun around, but they'll get stuff done. They'll put people in, they'll put cars in outer space and have those cars floating around. You know what I mean? Just to give you an example. But they're weird, and so but then you put a maximizer, let's say at number five, and you put any four relationship builder, even relator, any four relationship building strengths in the top four, and any five influencing strengths between 6 and 10, and you got somebody who will celebrate the heck out of wins, and with people, with people. So That's wow, man, that's the one thing I would love for people to really grasp around strengths
And
is that like they're how different they are with every human being. It like think of it like a freckle, Maximizer is a person and the freckles, how unique freckles are on people, right? Which I don't know why, but I adore freckles. I don't know why it affects me the way it does. Angela has them all over her face, body, everything. It's adorable. But my point in this is that like if you look at each strength between 1 and 10 and Maximizer anywhere in there, the freckles all change completely. So the definition of Maximizer, as the way Gallup puts it, is not right. It's at best subtly right, right? Subtle, and it's missing so much. And I think that may be why people are so fascinated with strengths because they go, well, mostly that, yes, but, and then here comes their other strengths, freckles, if you will, on that one. So I hope I'm going to stop the video here just around the concept of maximizer and achiever. Does that is that cool? Does anyone have any other thoughts or questions around maximizer and achiever? And I'll stop the video. That way, that could be the maximizer and achiever video, unless you all have more thoughts on those two, and then we can go on a different tangent if you like. I think Robin's finger is.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
I have futuristic one and maximizer two
Bob.
and achiever number 10.
Woohoo.
And it was very important for me to learn to become a progress junkie,
Yeah.
to where I learned to celebrate each small win. But I love what the app said. For me, I'm writing a book and it says to let go of deliberative. You don't have to overthink every sentence or plot twist before writing it down. It's okay to make mistakes and revise it later. So that has helped me to move forward through a particular chapter and just keep going and say, okay, I'll go back later.
Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Donna's hand is up. Donna, go ahead.
I just started working with two sisters, and they both have Maximizer at the number one.
Both of them have it at number one.
Yeah, which just blew me away because
Okay.
they're both very, very strong in their personalities. But then they have, different ones throughout that. Do you have any suggestions of working with them and helping them? I know I need to tell you all their different strengths, but I was just blown away.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. So there's a formula to this, right? The formula, by the way, just out of curiosity, do either of them also have achiever in their top 10?
I think both of them do.
Okay. So okay, they're sisters. Woo, let's go. Okay. That'd be an interesting room to be in with the talking to each other. So, okay, let me just, I'm going to end this achiever and maximizer video with this because it's a great question. If they both have maximizer at number one, like what do I suggest that you do to work with them? So for me, always my first goal is to get on the same level of what they want. Like what matters to them, what do they care about? And that's level one of the strengths mastery. That's why I call that level one, is because that's the level one place that I work with. So what I would do is have each of them write out their proclamation out loud. I love to do everything in a way that honors my desire to, and through those desires, right? And if you don't have that memorized, don't worry about it, Donna. I've got guys here that will help you.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then once you have those desires, then you have each of them individually read out the description of maximizer, which is not them fully, it's partially them. And then what you do is you say, now you say the proclamation and then read out the short or long description of maximizer. And then ask them this question. What does that mean to you personally when it comes to your proclamation? So if one is, let's say, a dominant relationship building strategic thinker with maximizer, it's going to be a lot different than the other one who might be like an executor relationship builder, that kind of thing. So then that's where you have them talk about those things out loud. One of the best ways to help people understand their strengths is to ask them questions that they've never been asked before. That'll help them get out information they've never really understood before. And that's the point of this process, right? What's your proclamation? What does that mean to you? Read the description of Maximizer. What does that mean to you in relation to your proclamation? Right? So
Wow,
if you
thank
do
you.
that, that's going to be a good hour-long meeting between the two of them that you will feel like, oh my gosh, so much mutual understanding happened between them two. And all you got to do is ask those two questions and just let them go. You'll notice one will be a lot more wordy than the other between the two sisters.
Okay,
You probably already noticed that.
yeah.
You did, really? You noticed it? Okay, good.
Well, they're my daughters too.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
So,
go. Well,
yeah.
then one's more wordy than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's part of their strengths on. Okay, this is just my personal belief because of how I see strengths every day. God put them together with you, right? And when you
Mhm.
look at the comparison of your strengths and their strengths, like you go, oh, I get it. He wanted us to help each other. He just
Yeah.
made me their mother. He just gave me that role. And he
Well,
gave them
because
the role of being the sisters and the daughters.
my maximizer is clear at the bottom.
Yeah, look at that, right?
Yeah.
You needed them. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
I love that. Like, I just love that. Anyway, okay. Any other
Thank you.
thoughts on Mac? You're welcome, Donna. Any other thoughts on Maximizer Achiever? We'll stop the video and we can talk about anything else, but I just wanted to stop the video once we got it. Robin, go ahead.
I think with having two maximizer daughters, it could be challenging
You think?
because because you could see yourself as less because they're trying to make what you've done even better,
Yeah.
whether through trying to change you or changing what they do that they've learned from you. But like Eddie said, a maximizer doesn't try to change something that's bad, they try to change something that's good.
Yeah.
If they were trying to change something that's bad, that's more likely restorative, correct?
More likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily bad, but something that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Right. And so we'll typically associate that with bad. This is a great point, Robin. Donna, have you, just out of curiosity, have you ever felt, okay, so for those of you that are mothers, you all know what this feels like, to feel like you're not good enough, and I get that. But have you ever felt like it's coming from them sometimes?
Oh,
That,
yeah. Because we have 5 daughters. The one daughter is our oldest, and the other one is our youngest. And I know I just sent her this picture when she was in high school, our youngest one. And I mean, she looks like a tough little girl. I mean, she is just dressed up in her motocross outfit and just tough. And they get along so well, but yet they're trying to help each other improve. So, yes, I have to your question.
okay. So let's wrap up that one. The original question was, what's the difference between maximizer and achiever? Tori, you got some good stuff on that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for adding to that. I'll add that to